Welcome back, fellow scrubs. This is Mark D. Wiz. It's Monday, so we're working on Pocket Fighter EX. That is, oh, Kyle Cam, thanks for the follow. We haven't even started yet. So this is Pocket Fighter EX. This is a community-based game. It is non-profit, by fans, for fans, that kind of thing. So we'll get that out of the way before we do anything. Gotta cover my bases. So we do actually have a little bit of a gameplay update, as you might have seen on Twitter. If I could pull it off in real time here. We'll use Terry, sure. And we will go, well, we'll go to the train yard. I like trains. It's one thing you'll notice. I'll find any excuse that I can to put trains in any kind of thing I'm working on. I just like them that much. Okay, so what did Ryu get that's different? It's related to the dungeon. And this is a universal change too. Oh. Oh. I changed the timing on it, now I can't do it anymore. So if we trip him normally, notice that he can roll. And he does like a quick get up. So what we ended up doing is to say that overheads give you a hard knockdown, so they can't roll away and they have to get up at a specific timing so that you can do stuff like this. Just like that. And you can do some nasty things like that. Hey Mark52, Russia in the chat. I'm gonna give you insomnia, you keep showing up like this. Was it still 4 a.m. there? So the idea here is Ryu had no way to do a hard knockdown before. So now he does, and he can use it to set up some dungeon pressure. 354, well, close enough, right? So in this case, if Terry uses Rising Tackle, he can of course defeat this. Oh, I messed it up. Well, let me just do the short version here. See, he can go through it if he uses Rising Tackle. So there are options to get around it, but you also have the ability to... Oh, missed it. Try that again. That was a cool looking one. Oh, I messed it up. You could backdash and then do something after that. Oh, that actually might be a decent setup as well. No, he lands too quick. He goes too far. Not that way. Yeah. Well, it's easier to do the backdash with this because it actually takes less time to charge. You do the non-EX one. If you do the EX one, you've got to either commit to it or do it quick. Actually, I should be able to, yeah, do it there too. So if they happen to do something funny, and then you could do something there. Oh, it came out right as he hit me. That's funny. That's funny. So that's one of the big changes, and all the characters, it's a universal change now. Hey! Developmental Hurt 5000. That's a big name. Thanks for the follow. So that's what I had been working on. Now Ken technically has this. but there's not as much he can do with it. And I'm okay with that, because Ken already has routes to get to a hard knockdown. Oh, Black Ninja, hey, what's up? Thanks for the follow. You got different names on different platforms? Oh no, chat died. I hate it, because if you're using an Xbox input controller and you have Microsoft Edge open, the controller will control the browser. For whatever reason, they decided that was a good idea. And so I went and I focused back onto the game, but the browser decided to still be controlled, so chat just wiped. I don't think I missed anything though, thankfully, but I hate when it happens. Anyway, so Ken's got a hard knockdown with grounded EX Tatsu. Notice that Ryu does not roll away. If I trip him, he might roll, or he'll get up early and do his thing. But with a hard knockdown, he has no choice but to stand up at a certain time. In this case, he's waking up with an invincible move, so it doesn't give me much leeway, but I could do something, you know, special there if he wasn't doing that particular move. If he woke up with anything else, I could potentially use a melee attack to stuff that attack and to keep the pressure going. Or if he blocked, you know, do something that's safe and that he can't do anything about. In fact, let me show that. If I go to Ryu's game object, he is currently set to... Oh, that's not that one. Fighter controller. He is currently set to... Let's see, wake up action. Sure, you can EX. So we changed that to a heavy even. Those are not fully invincible. They're only upper body invincible. See how he does normal one? He can be stuffed. See? I actually countered him. So what that means... Oh shit. Hold on. Alright, let's do this. See? And I got him on a wake up. So if you can predict when they're going to wake up, which is much easier with a hard knockdown, then you can do some stuff, do some real damage. Oh, I messed that up. This one's harder to get, but you can get an overhead. You have to be really, really, really on point with your timing though, which apparently I'm not. There it is. See? Boom, boom, boom. And you get them. I've completed Streets of Rage 4 on easy and normal at one day being alone. I was not so good at hard, but randoms in lobby are so nice and good for co-op. I'm shocked just completing it on hard. Well, good job. I actually haven't tried it on hard yet. I think we did normal. See? Boom. And then you got them. See? So if you think they're waking up with something that can be interrupted, then you can use that to your advantage. So where Ken now has this, he can do a hard knockdown like that. It's not really all that great, to be completely honest. And you can kind of use it off maybe like an air-to-air, but it's not as reliable as Ryu's. It's really hard to get it into. Hey, thank you for the subscription, Deku Star. Thank you very much. I was wondering where you've been. That's not gonna hit now. I don't think you can get it off of this. Nah, it's too slow. And that's fine, I'm okay with that because he has other options. You can spend the EX to get it in almost any situation. See, just like that. Boom, boom, boom. And then you got him. But if you do happen to do an air-to-air, you can get it like that. So it's just a little boost for Ken. It's not a huge deal. You wouldn't want to waste a whole max cancel to just do that, because chances are you're going to have some meter anyway. And if you're going to do a max cancel, you might as well make good use of it like that. I've been finishing up school, Deku says, and today is my last day. Oh, that's right. It is the beginning of the summer. It's June 1st. So I'll be sure to be dropping in more frequently. Well, that's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think you can get this one. Maybe, hold on. Let's try with a delayed Shoryuken follow up. Nope. This one's a little tricky. Nope. Too slow. That's alright. I expected it not to work in that situation, and I'm really fine with that. It's kind of not the best case scenario, but I figured that it would be better if it was less useful in combos for Ken. Only because you want to be able to, you want to not force, but you want to encourage the use of the EX1, which you can do with any special cancel. So you can do it like this. Oh, I'm not gonna hit. Too far away. But you get the idea. Oh. Let's see. Oh, no, screwed that up. I got the first hit at least, but yeah, then I didn't get the follow-up. So notice that when you interrupt an attack, especially like if he does one like that, there's that little flash and a different hit spark. When that happens, that's a counter hit. And so if you don't know, that actually gives you more stun on the opponent than you would have normally. It gives you 3 more frames of stun. And that's why when you do this... Oh no, did that actually work? That shouldn't have worked. Oh my god, that actually worked. Oh, you know why? Because I think I changed the, that shouldn't connect. I think I changed the... Let's see. Can you do it with anything else? Hold on. No. Oh, that was a counter. That's alright. Wait, hold on. Let me... Maybe because... Oh, you know why? Maybe because he's doing an attack. Hold on. Let's do auto guard. Because this shouldn't connect, but I think I changed frame data by accident. Okay. That doesn't work. 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 But that works. That's funny. Must be just fast enough. Alright, let's see. I'm curious as to what it actually thinks that it is. So we'll look at the... What's it? Overhead kick? Overhead kick. And at the point where Ken... The first hit is there, the second hit starts on 21, 22, frame 22, and the animation goes to 41. So that's the amount of time that the recovery is. So that's what, 19? How come Ken has brown gloves and Ryu has red ones? Because in Alpha, Ryu had red gloves, and in Alpha, Ken had yellow gloves, and the yellow gloves are ugly. So I said, we're going to use the Street Fighter 2 colors for Ken, because I hate the yellow gloves, if you want the honest answer. They could have both had brown gloves, like in CBS 2 and Street Fighter 2, but I felt that to further distance them, that Ken would be the one to use the brown gloves, and Ryu would use the red ones. I have shit taste. Well, thank you. Don't really know about Twitch that much. I'm just here to see you play. Well, thank you. That's fine. Twitch is just a broadcast platform. Not much to it. You're gonna go for Alpha colors or Street Fighter 2 colors. Currently, you're at Street Fighter 4 colors, I believe. Well, I do have what, four additional palettes plus the classic ones. So those are the ones that I've been using. Yeah, that's what I thought. It looks more distinct, right? Hey, Yoshin. I know, we got so many people in here. What's going on? And I'm gonna do some boring frame data because that shouldn't have actually connected, but now that it does, and it can only connect by a EX Shoryuken, I kind of want to like leave that in, but I want to correct the math here if the math is incorrect. So we've got 41, animation ends at 41 frames. The last hit occurs at 22 frames. So let's go to overhead kick, the normal one here. And the second hit, its recovery is 19. So we said it was what, 41 minus 22? That is 19. Oh, it is plus 4. That's why. Okay. Strange. I wonder why I did that. Why did I make it plus 4? Wonder if I did that by accident or on purpose. It's minus 9 normal one, and power max it's minus 2, which is fine. But a hit advantage is still 4. It's on 4 on all of them. Okay. I'll be honest, since you can only get an EX Shoryu off of it, I'm actually pretty okay with that. I'm okay with that. If you want to spin the meter to get a little extra damage, go for it, man. Let's see. Personally give Ken black gloves more skin to how young ET UFC training gloves and shit. Oh yeah, because he has those in 5, right? Black's a little hard to pull off in Pocket Fighter because of the saturated nature of it. And then you want the... Oh wow, that's funny, I reset the match just as he died. And they both did a thing. They both did it. That's fucking funny. More akin. Okay. More skin. More akin. That's funny. You'll only be able to do that in training mode. That's because there's a reset position button. And it reset the position just as he died. That's funny. Yeah, I'm okay with this being plus 4, if that's the only thing you can get. I don't want it to be too wild where you can just kind of get anything. Yeah, because he gets pushed back enough that this won't hit. Even though that this is a plus 4 move, or this is a 4 startup move. I'm okay with that. I need to just do some crazy junk like that. Let's see, we'll do him auto guard and wake up. He does what? Show him. Oh, he did the EX again. Let me change that permanently. Because I got Terry doing the EX right now. So if I go to fighters, Ryu, I don't know if I can edit him while this is loaded, but let's see. Wake up action. Shit. Oh, here it is. I'll do normal heavy Shoryuken. So, oh, I'll say if I kill him, he should reload, and then he should have the right one. Oh, I was gonna do something fancy, but of course I screw it up. All right, just die. Oh! Why did I unblock? There we go. Alright, so he should reload, and then he should be doing the heavy Shoryuken instead of the EX. And then I can, again, show you the... Whoa, he's still doing EX. Okay, hold on. Let me restart the game. It might not have taken effect because I didn't restart it. Hey! Hey, Yoshi, thanks for the follow. Okay, what's he gonna do? No, he's still doing the EX. Alright, hold on, what happened? Maybe he didn't let me edit it because he was actually open. So, let's edit it again. Where is it? Wake up action. Here. Yeah, it reverted it. I think it's because this file was open in the game already. Okay, now that should be saved. If you have a... Uh-oh, something broke. I know it broke. If you have a glitch report, please report that in the Discord server. So, if anybody wants the link, there it is. And then I can check that out. Yeah, you can double KO. Yep. It is possible to double KO. Okay. Oh yeah, right. Okay, so he's doing the normal one now. Oh. Got a better timing than that. Nope. Better timing than that. There it is. So if you get the counter hit when they're waking up, now you can do more stuff. Well, on Sundays we play actual games instead of making games. We did Super Mario Brothers 1 and then the Lost Levels on the All-Stars version, which was really cool. We did that yesterday. It's every Sunday around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, yeah, so Ken has the ability to use that now. Get it. So he can end a couple ways off an air-to-air. Man, he went pretty far. You probably have to super jump to chase down like that. Let's see. Nah, he was too far again. You gotta hit the button right when you land or you're not gonna get it. Oh yeah, you know what? I think he was going higher when he was doing the EX, and that's why it was easier to tag him. If he's just jumping, you might be able to get him. Alright, you guys will have to find your own setups for that. Other than the EX, I don't see anything that's really consistent. In the corner, it's a different story, of course. It just is what it is. If I can get him right. Oh! This is harder than it looks. There we go. Oh, I missed it on the way down. There it is. And there's the hard knockdown. So, because it's his overhead in air. And same deal with the fire version. If they happen to jump, you could hit them too, but... Or if they happen to show you. Sure. If you don't want to go for damage, for whatever reason. See? That got me hit. Ah! Damn jumpers. There we go. Get in the corner. Oh, he side switched me. See, so you can do a lot with that. Hey, Jamar, what's up? We got a lot of people today. I'm having a hard time keeping up. So one more gameplay change that I made, and this was something we discussed in the Discord actually. I thought this worked before, but apparently it didn't. Alright, so this is Terry. We'll take off the boxes now. See that. Oh, you can see that. This one's a little hard for me. I'm not very good at the charge attacks. There. That was not possible before. To end with a high angle geyser. So you can use that now in some of the combos. I think. Yeah, you can use it like that as well. Where it wasn't quite catching before as I intended. And somebody reported not being able to do it, and I was like, okay, there's something wrong here. Let's see. Hey, you gotta do this one super low. You gotta wait till they drop super low for this one. This one's tougher. Nope. I can't do it. Nope. Ah, I know it's doable. There it is. It's gotta be really low with it. Terry's hard. He's got a lot of wacky motions. He's got a lot of wacky stuff. Got a lot of good stuff though too. Oh, there's a lot of stuff you can do with Terry. Shit, let's see. I'll try it again. That's not what I wanted. I want to do this and then this. Yes. There we go. Then you get Buster Wolf off. Oh, I moved. I was trying to do that. I don't know if I had enough charge or not. Let's see. Could do that. Can OTG with it. Does a lot less damage that way, but if you're close to closing out a match, it'll work. So say if you're close to ending a match and you've got him in the corner and you're in power max, you got 3 bars, you could do that and they can't get out of it. You heard a Zawardo noise? What do you mean you heard a Zawardo noise? I don't know what one you're talking about. I'm sorry. I have no idea. Let's see. So you can can do this. Nope, wrong one. There, you can do that. So there's just a few more things that you can get with high angle geyser now. So I fixed a few of its, basically its startup was wrong. There should have been a hitbox 2 frames earlier than there was. And then that apparently was somehow screwed up, so I fixed it. And that's all the gameplay changes, I think, that have occurred. And then it was mostly just the hard knockdown changes across the board. Oh, I guess my battery died in the controller. Oh, that's alright. Let me find charger. Yeah, everything's falling. Alright, there you go. Here's charger. And then of course, oh, that's not the right button. If you've seen on Twitter, you can do, wow, he actually got through that. That's funny. There it is. So, not much you can do about that unless you got an invincible wake up. Oh, you got me. Not sure I understand the question about the KO. In training mode, you're not going to be able to get the KO in the current release. The setting for whether or not they regenerate health is still an internal setting. That's what your question is. Oh, I fucked that up. Yeah, you won't be able to actually KO them even if you bring their life down. It's not set to that in the current version that's out there on GameJolt. Ken's pretty covered on this move. Ah, keep screwing it up. Will Geese be in the game? Maybe? I don't know. I'm kind of going back and forth in my head about that one. I passed the first 9 characters. I'm not sure who I'm going to add, so you can see who they are on here. If you know the silhouettes, obviously that's LBRY, Kyo, Mai, Chun-Li, and Guile are the next ones. And then we got one guest character. A Honk, yeah. After that, I don't know, and I'm deliberately not making plans specifically for that reason, because I don't know who I want to add. After the first ones are done, I want to think about what playstyles are not represented in here. Like the first 8 are popularity contests. They're the must-haves. You have to have Kyo and LBRY, Terry, Mai, Chun-Li, Guile. Like you have to have these characters. And then after that, oh yeah, they got the CVS2 intro. Actually, it won't play in here. Won't play in training mode. I'll have to go out to the other one to show that. Here, I'll go to the normal mode. And then after that, I'll think about what playstyles aren't represented here, now that we've got the popularity contest out of the way. And we do single, that works. So yeah, there are special intros, as chat mentioned. Here's one. Yeah, of course, we got Chun. Chun's my main, I gotta have her, she has to be included. Oh, I love that intro. It's actually an original character from somebody who asked me to include them, but I'm keeping the identity secret for now. However, that person has created other characters that have been in other games. This character it'll be its first fighting game debut for this character. But it's secret for now. Yes, I am a Chun-Li main. Or at least in Third Strike. I'm not good enough to be like super dirty with her, so it's not like I'm just picking a top tier to pick her. But I just like the way that she is in that game. So, that out of the way, I think that's all the gameplay changes. With the new universal overhead hard knockdowns, which oh, actually one little note, I made these faster. I redid the animation for the overheads, and they're slightly faster by like a frame or two. So if, oh wait, hold on, here we go. So they're a little more effective. Yeah, so you can't do... If they're blocking, I think it pushes too far away. You can't get to. I keep hitting that diagonal. What I should do is hold back and then do it. There we go. Yeah, I don't think you can get that. You could get that. So if you wanted to jump in low and then do that. So they're just a little faster. They're still reactable. But it was a little hard to time something like this. There wasn't enough time sometimes to get what you wanted out of it. So I made them faster. So in this case, you used to have to do it almost immediately, but now you can actually wait a little bit, and that's just so you can get more consistent uses out of it from air attacks, if I can do it here. I'm not using the stick, so it's a little dicey. Okay, here we go. Oh, no, I missed it still. Ah! There we go. Oh, I missed it. I did it too early. I'm so used to the old timing now. That's funny. There we go. Oh, and I missed the Tatsu. Alright. Well, it gives you more time to do it. That's the idea. Is Sakura gonna be in? I don't know. I like Sakura. I think people will get a little too sick of having too many Shotos at first. If I did include her, she might be like a third round of characters. But again, I'm deliberately not making plans past the first 8 right now, so anything's really possible. Might only be able to get that. Yeah, in the corner. Yep, and then there we go. So, yes, the game is made with Unity. No, the goal of this project is not to be an original fighting game. I've actually wanted to make kind of a sequel to Match of the Millennium for a long time, so I wouldn't... if it ever got... Like, if Capcom and SNK came in and they're like, yeah, you gotta shut down the project, I would just decommission it. I wouldn't bother turning it into its own thing. I have other ideas on what I'd want to do for an original fighting game, and it wouldn't have this art style. It'd be more of like, you know, like go balls out, like do some like hand-drawn crazy shit. Like go nuts. Like not just pocket stuff, like make it like it's straight up legit big time. But I'd need money for that. And I think on the other hand too, like I wouldn't want to ape or copy the art style of SNK's pocket stuff. I mean, it's kind of, if you change it enough, it's not like it's plagiarism, but I would think it would be disrespect in that regard to them to just kind of copy the art style in a way. And I don't want to do that. Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and then stun, Oh, I messed it up. He would have died from the combo if I got it. Darkstalkers would be cool to have some kind of spiritual successor for that. The rumor mill is saying that Darkstalkers is in production, and it might be the next Capcom game, fighting game, to get released. I don't know if I believe it or not. It's certainly plausible, and they have been confirmed to have been working on one and had canceled it within the last, like, 6 years or so. So it's possible it could have got revived. I hope so. I hope so. I'd like to really make something special and unique if it ever got shut down. And I'd love to make something that you guys would love to play, even if it doesn't have the Capcom and SNK characters. I've got ideas. Well, don't think I don't have ideas. I just don't have the money to make it right now. Or the time, because I'm already doing one, of course. Alright, so the real focus of today's episode is supposed to be finishing up this stage. Or at least progressing on it. So, set that aside for now. I don't have too many options with the cord now because it's gonna charge. Alright, sip of tea, and we're off to the next part here. So as you can see, the level here, we're maintaining it. We took the static image that was in the back and we've layered it. So now that we've got layering on, you can see the wheel in the background here move due to the parallax. So in game it gives just a little bit of movement as you move back and forth. And so the idea is that the city over here is going to do kind of the same thing. The moon also moves slightly differently than the wheel, and that you can see up here, only in a few little bits. That's more of a, like if you happen to do an uppercut, then you can see the top of the stage like that. So we have been dividing up Waku Waku 7 rep? No, probably not. I want to keep them more in the... If they could fit in a King of Fighters or Street Fighter game, that would be the first... how do I want to put it? That'd be the first criteria that a character would have to pass in order to be considered. If they fit into the King of Fighters or Street Fighter type universe. So anything like a Tekken or a Fighting EX layer character, I think would fit in that kind of thing. However, they do not have sprites. So, for characters to be... Oh, shoot, I should show that too. I didn't even think about that. Hold up. For King of Fighters characters, or I'm sorry, Tekken characters or Fighting EX layer characters would fit right in, I think. But again, they don't have sprites. You'd have to have someone literally draw all the sprites needed. So I showed this off on Twitter today. I was going to show it off here. I almost forgot about it. So this is... I just kind of did this in spare time. A little quick double resolution. So I took this pose and I doubled the resolution on it. Just to see what it would look like in like a high res format. And I didn't really add much shading or anything. It was just a quick little doodle. But I thought it came out kind of neat, so I did share that on Twitter earlier today. Thought it came out pretty neat. So that's double the resolution of the NeoGeo Pocket color. And of course using the Pocket Fighter EX palette for Ryu here. But I thought it came out pretty neat, so I figured I'd share that. Nobody from Red Earth. As far as like things like Metal Slug, I think technically could fit. And I wouldn't have too much of a problem doing that, except that they use weapons. And I figured to kind of stick to characters that don't have weapons. Oh, yeah, actually, now that you mentioned nests, let me grab... Graphicus has been working on a Nest Kyo costume. I attempted to do one before, and I think I showed that off a couple episodes ago. But Graphicus has gone ahead and started doing Nest Kyo. Now, we haven't done any animation tests, so there might be some tweaking we need to do. And I've noted a few things in my quick review to take care of. But I think it's coming along pretty good. So he was able to get the chest detail, and it looks like it works alright. We have to animate it to see how it works. When I attempted to do it, I didn't come out with very great results, but I kind of like how he's doing it here. I think he's got a better handle on the shape than I do for that, so I think that will work out pretty good. He did a good job with the chain too. I like the way that he did the chain. He get very smart outlining on the chain here. But again, a lot of the motion of the chain and all that, we'll have to see what that looks like once it's animated. But those are quick changes to make. That's not a big deal. So if the chain looks a little weird, you just edit it and just go with it. It's not too bad. So my parents go to St. Petersburg for a week to get some walking. I guess you're saying to like go for exercise. I hope to stay alive. I've got several dollars. I don't know exactly what you're talking about. It sounds a little rough over there though. No, these are NeoGeo Pocket sprites. So the original set, let me pull them up here. Kyo. Data dump. Here. So this is Kyo's sprite set. He just drew over top of the NeoGeo Pocket Color sprites. So we extracted Kyo's sprites from the data and assembled them with their tiles, or rather wrote a program to do so. And he just drew over top of those. So I'm not sure what he uses for animation. A lot of people use Sprite. That's what I use currently. You can make a game, you just gotta learn. If you want to make a Unity game, you can go to Unity's website and they've got a million tutorials. A billion tutorials. It'll take a long time to learn. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not an overnight process. That's weird. Who's that flash? I think A-Sprite freaked out for a second, flashed a screen. It's not gonna be super easy to learn. It's gonna take a long time, so I won't lie to you there. But if you can get through it, you'll be able to make a game. You would call it The Adventures of Ackley Sylvan, the Black Ninja. That's a very, very long title, but sure, go for it. Anyway, yeah, so I figured I'd show that off too. Actually, I guess we got a lot done this week off the air, so I suppose there was a lot to go over. That's alright. Ackley Sylvan is my real name. Gotcha. That's a cool name, actually. A lot better than mine. Let's see. Where is... Oh, did I already open the stage? Yes, I already opened it. So, oh no, I opened just the water. We were animating the water tiles. Wait, no, it should be in my recents. That's a bridge water. Where is... Well, I opened so many damn things it's not here anymore? NeoGeo World. Bridge water. Bridge water. I don't see it anymore. Unless I'm blind. Okay, alright, we gotta go fishing for it, I guess. Fighters, stages, and for NeoGeo World, here it is in the nighttime version. We only want to look for airSprite files. Here it is. Okay, so we have separated. We have separated this. Now it will layer, especially like with the moving skyline. So when it parallaxes, it'll move along the skyline there. Make sure I got the position right there. And then the Bridgewater is its own thing. See, right here. So we removed that from the image and we put it into, let's close these. Nope, don't say it. We put it here so that it's animated. And then we just lay that animation over top of this. And that'll have to all be on one layer. We've kind of backtracked on the idea of splitting it up. You'll have to split it up into so many layers to make it work. That's probably not worth it. Might even look strange that way when everything else is not like that. Yeah, Raito did the... Raito ended up doing the animation, I think, for this. So that worked out good. You did a good job there. So our current mission is to take this layer and the sky layer, which I'll show you how to repeat tiles in Unity, or repeat a texture rather. So you only need a little bit of this to make this entire backdrop repeat, and I'll show you how that's done. How long would you say it took to learn to make a game? If I were to guess, the general person, the average person who gets into it, who really puts their nose to the grindstone and really gets in there and really learns it, with some dedication, you could probably come out in about 2 years with the skills to make your first game, like an actual game. You're going to build the skills by making a game, quote unquote, because that's how you're going to learn, by actually doing it. But you're going to do something like a Pac-Man clone or something, or Tetris. You're going to clone a game first to figure out how it works, and then maybe you can make a simple tiny little game. And then to make your first game, I would say you're probably going to be about 2 years in at that point. And don't expect to make something like huge and big and crazy, because that's going to take many years of experience to get to that level. Especially if you're doing all of it alone, as far as like graphics and sound and all that. And the programming is really, the implementation of all this stuff is what takes most of the time, I think, if you're doing it on your own. Having to figure that out, how to do what you want to do. First having the idea of what to do, and then trying to implement it is a whole other thing. and a lot of time is spent trying to just figure out how to make it work. Okay. Let's see. Let's go for this city layer. Let's just export that. Layers. We want just the city layer. City. And okay, it will go into this folder, that's fine. And like what we had to do last time, we had to go into the layers and see how it's got all this excess space on it. Maybe airSprite has an option for this, I just haven't figured it out. When I want to export, I want to get rid of all the extra blank space. But I don't know how to do that automatically, or if it even can do that. So I just want to get the borders in here. I used a different tool last time to do it, but I don't feel like booting that up. I really should be forcing myself to learn airSprite. So All right, and then so the sky color here is deliberately left in here to block the skyline pattern from intruding on the rest of this. The skyline pattern needs to end here because otherwise it would interfere down here and in these spots if we were to remove that color, and I don't want that to happen. We could just cut out like here, you know, a little more, but it doesn't matter. Nothing's going to be behind here that's going to get cut off. Let's see. I'm going to have to ask you again later because the video and the sound went in and out, but thanks for trying to explain. Something happened? Am I still here? Looks like everything's still running. I know, Twitch is weird sometimes. It disconnects for people. I have problems connecting sometimes too. So I totally understand, but yeah, here, if you want, I think you're already in the Discord, right? If you're not, there's the link, and stop by and you can ask me later and I can fill you in on what you need. But I think you're already there. I think I've seen you bouncing around. People are already posting stuff in Discord. Alright, I got lots of stuff to check out then, that's cool. Hey, see you later, 52, Mark 52. I need to calm some psychos around. It sounds like it sounds like life in Russia's a little rough, man. You take care of yourself. I'm getting a little worried about you. Sounds a little crazy over there. Alright, let's see now. We want... Yeah, and then the animated objects, you can still see them here. Like the lights, the search lights that Tim did. Oh yeah, and then these things on the bottom, we're going to get to those too. We have to redo those. But for now, just they're just hanging out here. Yeah, he lives in Russia. It's probably normal. It's probably normal over there. You wouldn't believe now that I'm in Kentucky and everybody's like, I'll tell them stories about New York and they're like, wow, it's like crazy there. And I'm like, yeah, probably by your standards. I'm used to it, but yeah, I guess people do get a little crazy in New York. See, here in Kentucky, when someone walks up to you without saying anything, like usually in New York, if someone's coming up to you and you don't know who they are, and they just come up and start like talking, you're like, oh, this dude's gonna mug me. I'm about to get stabbed and they're gonna take my wallet. But here in Kentucky, it's a little different. Someone can just walk up to you and actually just randomly want to talk to somebody or to just ask an innocent question. And sometimes you'll get people in New York that don't have to ask a question, they'll ask for directions or whatever, but usually if someone comes up and just starts like, hey, you know, how you doing? And you're like, okay, what do you want? Why are you bugging me? Are you going to rob me? They don't do that in Kentucky. So there's a little bit of a culture difference there. Alright, see you later, Yoshin. Where do you hail from? Fancy way of saying, where do you come from? I know not everybody here has infinite English knowledge. It's a little, English is a hard language to learn. A lot of people don't realize that who speak English. They grew up with it, so they just know it, but it's not an easy language to learn. It's pretty messed up if you really think about it. Alright, so we're gonna stop this. We'll load the scene in the editor. Yeah. Like Dio, oh, you're approaching me? Yeah, that's how it is in New York. You don't just walk up to somebody like randomly unless you like have a direct thing to ask them, and then that's it. And then Like, you can be friendly, sure, but like, as soon as you just kind of walk up to somebody unannounced and you don't know them, like the alarms go off in your head. You're like, all right, why is this guy here? What's he doing? I mean, if they look like they're from around there, obviously, if they don't look like they're from around there, they're probably going to ask for directions or something. But like, you get an actual New Yorker walking up to you for no reason, you think twice about that. Alright, we do have a building layer. Oh no, that's over here. That's over here. That's the other building. That's a NeoGeo building. So we get the lights and all that. So yeah, alright. We need to make a new object. And we're gonna call it City Layer. Parallax Layer Controller. And we want a mock camera for the parallax system. Now this is something that I built. Unity doesn't come with this. So if you go to Unity and you're like, how come it ain't there? That's why it ain't there. I would say that we'll do a bottom right anchor. And that'll kind of fix it here. So when we're all the way over to the right, we want a scroll factor of probably 1.05 or 1.1. I'm guessing there. Again, we'll figure that out. And we'll give it a 0 on the Y because I don't think we want anything to actually move here. But we'll figure this out as we go. So we want a sprite renderer. Oh, we also have to import that image that we made. So stages, not that one. NeoGeo World Night. So if we right click this, open in folder, I think I can just drag it in here. Go to layers, here's the city. Yeah, we'll just drag it in. We had to set our parameters, 10 pixels per unit. I chose that specifically so that 0.1 ends up being 1 pixel. We'll do a bottom right. Did not need physics. Make sure it's full rect. Otherwise, would low res pixel art like this? Sometimes it cuts off a row if you don't have full rect on. I'm not sure why. It never used to do that. And then one of the Unity updates started doing that. So, clamp, no filter. No compression, because that'll make it look like crap. Okay, we want to change Sprite's default material to Sprite. Just more of a thing that I happen to do. You don't have to do that, but if you're going to do anything special with the shader, you're going to need it. So, city. Here it is. Let's see. You want to make a horror game? Oh, some kind of like game dev challenge to make a horror game for a Nintendo Switch. That's a lot of work for a Nintendo Switch. That's a lot of work. Wonder what the details on that are. Let's see, we need draw mode's fine. We need, yeah, here. So under additional settings, we want sorting layer. And it's gonna be background. Your stage background. Let's check what the other things are though. So the moon. Oh, the moon is on what layer now? It's on -20. Okay. And the moon water reflection is also negative 20. That should probably change to negative 10. And what I'll do is I'll say that the city layer is going to be negative 15. So it'll be in between those two. So the moon would go behind it if it got that far over, but it's not going to. But just for the sake of ordering it properly, I'll call that city. So it's a background and it's on 15. I don't see it. Oh, it's all the way over there. That's why. That's all right. We can move. We can move this over here. So we want to line it up here. And we want to go 4 pixels over to the right. So that's 0.2. We want plus 0.04. I'm sorry, minus 0.04. And that gives us our 4 pixel border on the outside. We talked about that in the last session. Yeah, I figured you were kidding around. In Moscow or St. Petersburg, it's just like in Europe. Yeah, I figured as much. Just don't piss off the police. Golden rule. Okay, we'll get rid of that in a minute. We're gonna replace that skyline with a different texture, because we're also gonna have it move a little bit. Okay, so when this moves, yeah, see, and here's the idea. It's gonna move a little bit that way as we move back. It's gonna kind of like scroll out, and we'll bring in the other elements there too. You see how the idea here is that it kind of like curves, almost like, think if you're looking on the inside of a barrel, it kind of curves the landscape as you go back and forth, the way that it behaves. With the way that the moon relates to what's in the background, like it's just this cool effect. It's not normal parallax settings. You got to think a little bit outside the box to get these. And I have to thank my art friends for that. It's not something I would have considered on my own. So special thanks to Larry. So that could be too much. We'll find out. Oh, jeez, don't worry about a subscription, jeez. I'm flattered that you would want to, but God, if you don't have the money, don't. You spend your money on food or something. Only if you've got some to spare and you really want to support it, man. Don't feel bad at all. I mean, God bless you if you do, but it's just an internet show. Don't worry about it. I'll be here either way. Now, he don't know English super well. They cut him a break. It's fine. It's fine. You can understand what he says. Just gotta think a little bit outside the box for it. Okay, so this, and this will look a lot better too when the background's in place. It's gonna look really neat. I'm afraid it might be moving a little too much, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We'll have to check it in game. So the other thing I'm worried about is the up and down. We're gonna have to adjust for that. I'm doing my best. Yeah, so he's doing his best. Cut him some slack. It's all right. I don't know. Does this go? It goes down, right? Yeah, that's what I want. I want it to go down a little. So what's going to happen is when you jump... Oh shoot, I didn't have it in the right spot. Hold on, let me get back to here. 4.5 is the default. Let me align it. Oh, it is aligned. Okay, that's good. So when you jump, it's going to go into the water a little bit. Is that what I want? I guess, but maybe not quite at that level. 1.05 maybe? And it goes into the water a little bit. Yeah, the Ferris wheel does that too. At about the same level. So let's try that. If that works, cool. If it doesn't, then that's fine. So because the city is tied to all these other elements, we want to, well, first of all, put this right back at the normal 4.5. What I want to do though is to take all these other elements. So the tower lights, searchlights, all this stuff has to be moved. Water reflection, bridge shadow, not the broken light. And we want to move this into the city layer so that it's all kind of in there. And now when we move it, see, it all moves as one, all the lights and everything. That should look cool. So the sky and the water probably be its own thing here. So I'm going to divide the sky up into different stuff. But before we do that, I'm going to save and we're going to try this out. See what it looks like. Why is our... Where'd our city go? All those elements are moving. You can see them move. When you're moving in and out, you can see them parallaxing. Where the hell did our city go? What happened? Where is he? What happened? Oh, he's there. Oh, I know what happened. Okay. No, this was amateur mistake actually on my part. So the Z here should be 0 along with the rest of the elements here. Actually, no, Z should be 10. I'm sorry. Z should be 10 to get it away from the camera. And I think this one here, yeah, because it was on a weird Z layering here. I think that was the problem. We'll find out in a second. Game dev's not... I won't say that it's extremely difficult, but it's a lot of work. Okay. Obviously we got the bridge shadow glitch, but we'll fix that. But look. Working. I don't really see it move much when it moves up. You don't see the Ferris wheel move up that much either. I might exacerbate it just a little bit. Just to make sure that it does a little bit more. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's supposed to do that. So let's give it a 1.1. Now it should do a little bit more. Alright, let's try that. Hey, good song for this. Yeah, there we go. It moves a little more now. Yeah. There we go. I like that. That looks good. Yeah. Ah, screwed it up. Oh, I didn't kill him. It wasn't enough. This will. Just looking at the placement of the objects. Some of them look slightly off. You see, like this one here, slightly up, which should be down. In fact, are they all a little higher than they should be? Wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. That's the only one that actually has a surrounding box there. So let's take a look at that. Would not be surprised if that were the case. Yeah, it looks like the bridge shadow. Yeah, it looks like they're all a little too high. So what I can do, instead of adjusting all these ones, oh, they're off by a micro bit here. Maybe that's why. There should never be beyond 1 decimal point. Oh yeah, geez, these all need to be like 0. The way I set up my metrics, my in-game measurements, 0.1 is a pixel, so if anything's on a sub-pixel, that causes problems. You do not want that. Same for this. And subpixel math can show up, because like when you move between the different layers here, it does its best to calculate it, but sometimes it doesn't do it too well. And you end up with a very minute difference. We've discussed about floating point math before, and that is a floating point error. Instead of the 16.4, you get the 0064 attached to it for seemingly no reason. I mean, there's reasons for it, but it's random enough that it's kind of an issue. So anything past the first decimal point, I'm going to remove. It still doesn't look quite right. So I'm going to bump them down 8.8. Yeah, that looks better. And I'm going to do that for each one of them. I'm going to bump them down 1 pixel. This is Power Lights 3? Yeah, alright. We'll bump them down to 6. The horizontal looks alright. This is all 1. Yeah, and I think that's supposed to be spaced like that. And this one's just off for some reason. The original was like that. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of programmers have to learn English. So the funny trivia is that the Japanese programmers know English, and it's like, why? It's because most programming languages are based on English language. So when you do, and you have your data type of like an integer, which is just a whole number in layman's terms, the code you have to write for it is INT, stands for integer, but that's an English word. Or at least a Western world word, if it's used in other languages. And so like, the Japanese don't know what's integer. I don't know. They've got to learn that. Otherwise, they won't be able to really read the code or know what it means. Otherwise, it's just symbols to them. That can get really confusing real quick. An unrelated question, could you make the dust from the jump, dash, knockdown match the stage floor? I have been thinking about how to do that. The way that it currently is that I just made an object that's dust, and it just is what it is. And I call that dust object whenever I need it. In order to make it match the stage, I would need to create zones in the stage, and in real time it would have to swap out the effect files that get used with the characters. It would be quite a bit of work to do, and I do eventually want to do that, but I feel like that it's a lower priority issue as opposed to like getting netcode working, obviously, you know, but it is something I've been thinking about, and it's good that you brought that up. So you could even take it further and say, hey, what if you got a beach stage and half the stage is covered in water and half the stage is sand? Well, you want the sand effects on the side with the sand and the water effects in the water. That's where you would have to map out zones inside the stage and say from in this box zone, that's water, and in this box zone, that's sand because it's the beach. Like, I want to get that detailed with it, but it's not something you can change really quick. I'll have to go back to all the animations for every character and redo all their effect references and stuff. So it's quite involved. But yeah, short answer, absolutely, I want to do that because I want stages like that. Because that's what really separates a lot of the games, being able to have that, you know, that special extra bit of detail. Like King of Fighters does that too. You'll see in King of Fighters 2000, there's a stage that's water on one side and sand on the other. And when they get to the water, they start splashing around in the water. And those are really just replacement effects for the dust. It's just the dust in the water happens to be a water splash. It's essentially how they think of it. And KOF 99 has an entire stage of water that does that. 95, I think. The 94 and 95 has a water stage. I think it's 94. Or is it? Or is it 95? I don't know. It's the Italy stage. Either 94 or 95. It's actually cool because they're on like a little, oh, what do you call it? A dock, and then they jump into the water for the match to start. That's really cool. And then it turns, you know, all the effects into water effects. So, let's see.
Legal coaching, you're talking too good.
I'm talking too good. I'm talking
Legal
too good.
Legal coaching.
Yeah, legal coaching. I tell you, man, Smash players are wild. They're out there, man. They're really out there. Some special people. Oh yeah, so I fixed all those. The water ones, the water reflections are also in need of getting dropped down. So that's going to be a 4. And the bridge shadow is also going to be a 4. See, now they all line up correctly. So here's the deal. With the bridge, we're going to have to change that. The bridge shadow. Because we redid the graphics for it. See, here's the bridge shadow here. It's only got 2 frames and it's all kind of blacked out. We refined that last time into this. So we've got to export this and then use that in Unity. Reanimate it and then apply it here. It won't be too hard to do that. First, let's make sure all of our stuff looks like it's in the correct position now. Yeah, everything looks right now. Yeah, everything's scrolling. I wonder if it comes in a little too aggressively. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I'm trying to pay attention to the background here and how it reacts. JoJo, man. JoJo's great. I'm glad that JoJo finally got an anime that it deserves. It's been, man, that thing's been out since the 80s. Ah, shit, messed it up. Oh, messed it up again. Part of me likes the harder, oh, we gotta change the layering on that bridge thing. It's actually, it's coming over the handlebars here. Of course, it's not switched over yet either, so it's gonna look a little strange either way. Like, I'm both a fan of and not a fan of how much it moves when you jump at the same time. Maybe it's because of the water shadow goes over the bars, making it look weird. It's kind of, it's getting me a little perturbed. Yeah, I'm the one playing it. I'm the only one here. I mean, Amber's here, but she's in the other room. She just came in for a moment. Yeah, I'm the one playing. I'm doing the combos. See? Oh, it doesn't matter now. He died. I guess that doesn't prove anything. He's pressing buttons while the buttons don't even matter. Like, now I'm doing the stuff. I'm doing the stuff. You hear it? It's me. Who else would it be? I don't know. I'm just messing around looking at the background. I'm trying to make like the camera shake and stuff and see how it reacts, you know? You're shocked. Why are you shocked? Why are you shocked? Oh. Yeah, it looks alright. Alright. So we're gonna fix the water bridge on the water under the bridge, right? Water under the bridge. Hey, you guys don't know what that means. That's an English saying, meaning that past transgressions are in the past and we'll forget about them. So if you stole $5 from me and I forgave you, that's water under the bridge. What we would say. We don't have to worry about it. Where am I looking? Here. So we want to export this. All frames in a vertical stack. Animation direction forward. No, I don't think that's what we want. We want, yeah, export sprite sheet. That's what we want. Yeah. That's what we want. Vertical strip, no constraints. What's the constraint? Special constraint for the sprite sheet. Fixed number of rows or columns or whatever. Okay, we don't need that. Preview. Oh, that's so we can see it here. Yeah, that's what we want it to look like. Borders, no borders. All layers. Output file. Yeah, did we already do this? Oh, I guess we already did this. Okay. Then we want to go to the folder. I want to copy this. If it already exists here, which may not be the same name. Let's see, that's Bridge Shadow. It is not the same name. So, okay, so we're just going to import it as its own thing then. And we will actually delete this. We don't need it anymore. So, again, 10 pixels per unit, full rect. Bottom right, I guess, just to be safe. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's not. No, it's an even amount of pixels. We could choose center, but it's fine. Whatever. No filter. No compression. Apply, and then now we're gonna select our. Oh shit! Hold on. Close that. We want single to multiple. These are multiple sprites. Apply that. And then we'll just get our frames here. Send them down. Oh, right. I'm gonna have to bottom right on all these. There. Apply. Easy peasy. Right? Easy peasy. So now we have the bridge shadow, which has missing sprites because we deleted them, remember? Okay, and we're just going to redo this, realign it as we need it. I think it goes like this, right? I think so. Oh yeah, we can see it line up here. Okay, so let's cut off the little extra decimals here. And that's where it's supposed to be. But it's gonna need a negative 16. No, negative 14. So it's above the city layer, but it's below the shining layer, the reflection layer. Because the light reflection is going to override the shadow reflection if they happen to collide, and it may or may not, but just to be safe. Okay, so this has an animator on it, so now we have to change the animation here. Because again, all these animation references got busted, so bridge 1. Bridge 2. Bridge 3. It must be shifting back and forth, I guess. So back to bridge 2? Is that how it works? 3. And this would be bridge 2 again. I guess, if that's how it's supposed to be. Strange. I figured it would be like this. I figured it would just be this. So why don't we make it just that? There, then it kind of flows now. There's a flow to it. Yeah, let's keep it like that. Alright, so the bridge shadow should be all set. We're going to save that and test it. Save all. Unload. And let's check it. Hey, there it is. Look at this, the bridge water. Water under the bridge. We got it. Alright, question. You know what? Try and like make up or draw a version of me. I wonder how I would look if I was in the game. Well, that is a tall order. Yes, as chat has already let you know, that is a very, very, very huge amount of work. That is a request that I just don't have time for, unfortunately. Drawing and animating stuff takes months of work. To draw and animate an entire character from scratch, probably, if that's all I did, not programming, if I didn't program it, I didn't do any other duty except for try to animate that one character. Oh. I want to say 8 months, but even then I'm thinking like, I don't know, that might not be enough time. I would say 8 to 10 months of work for me to animate it. I'm not the fastest and I'm not the best. For me to animate it and to get it to a level that I'd be satisfied with, for all animations, all attacks, all specials, all supers, her animations, walking, mobility, with the current amount of time that I have, I would say 8 to 10 months. Yeah, no, that's a lot of work. Yes, it is. It is a lot of work. It is very much a lot of work. That's what we mean. It is a lot of work. Yeah, it's not easy to number one to draw it at all, but also to animate it is a whole other skill. It's just a lot of work. And then to get it, you know, good. It's one thing to animate something, but then to animate it with any semblance of quality is a whole other story too. Yeah, it's a lot of work. And then just to program the character after that would probably take about 2 to 3 months. So you're looking at about a year for every, if I were to do it on my own. So obviously, for the custom animations, I do get people to help me that are a bit more adept to this kind of stuff. Yeah. So just because you can draw doesn't mean you can animate. Animation is a total other skill set on top of drawing, and it takes a lot of effort to just know what you're doing with it. Knowing how something should move is not the same thing as knowing how it looks frozen in time. You know what I mean? It's very, very different. And a lot of people, unfortunately, a lot of projects also make that mistake. Like, oh, that guy can make really good backgrounds or whatever, so he can do all the graphics, right? Maybe. Maybe ask him to see an animation sample, because it's not the same thing. It's definitely not the same thing. Just because you can draw a pot and some bricks doesn't mean you can animate a human character. It's a completely different skill set. It works off of art. You have to be able to draw in order to animate, so it's like a stacked skill. But just because you can draw does not mean you can animate. You do Stickman? Yeah, well, if you practice enough, you can get there. That's what I'll say. If you draw every day, and draw every day for a couple, I don't know, let's say a couple hours would be ideal, but well, it depends. Where would be able to give you a better timetable on that? I'm gonna tell you to draw every day for the next like 5 years. 2 hours every day for the next 5 years, and then see where you end up. Let's see where you end up from there. But I'm sure Larry could give you a more accurate take on that. I think it slides in too fast. I think I might cut that speed in half. Which is funny because that was what I originally had it at too. I do like the up and down speed being what it is though. I think that works out alright. Well, let's get our mock camera in here again. Set the 4.5 to get it in the default position. And then get it in a position that it's right at the edge. That's how we're gonna have to align it. So the city layer, I'm going to cut its speed in half. That does change its current offset position. So we'll move that back to the border. Yeah, that looks right. That Dudley theme. Alright. That looks a little better. It's less noticeable now, but I think maybe when the skyline is in place, it might be a little better. I don't always have the best read, or you know what? I'm gonna say this: I don't have a good read on thinking about tweaking it before it's implemented. Just not good at that. Hey, what's up? So I might have to readjust all this once the skyline's in anyway. Alright. Time to do it up. So here, the skyline right now is this giant texture, this giant piece. We're gonna get rid of it. So what I'm going to do is find my thing here. Okay, we have the skyline. And what I was saying before is that we can just overtime incoming. Oh yeah, I loaded up a 2-hour playlist this time. I forgot to mention it. And I just left it because I figure I'm gonna need extra time to do this anyway. And I started late anyway, so I'm like, you know what, screw it. We'll give the extra 20 minutes or half hour, whatever it is. So we still got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more tracks until the time up. Alright, so we want to go to the sky layer. We're just gonna copy this and make it its own. Really? Did I not copy it? Let's cut it. Now go and do it. There we go. And we're just gonna make this its own file. It's just this tiny little bit, and you'll see how this works. We want to save this as ping. And this is going to be, I'm just gonna steal the name here. Oh, not floor, sky. Floor is what the name was before I changed it. Hey, you only have so much time to learn so many skills. For me, programming and game design are my primaries. Art would probably be my secondary at this point. I would say design is my primary, programming is my secondary, and art is my tertiary skill, if I were to rate them in terms of how much I think I know about them. Hey, yeah, no problem. It's late for you anyway. Thanks for hanging out, man. And beyond that, like, I don't really have time to learn more new skills. Like, I can accumulate bits of knowledge here and there, but it doesn't mean that it's like a skill. You know what I mean? As far as like artistic stuff goes. Like, obviously, you have to have skills to balance a checkbook, not get yourself into debt, things like that. Those are different skills. But I'm talking about just artistic stuff. I would say that those would be the three top ones, and in that order. Okay, yeah, we did export that, right? The beats are in my head, and I just can't think straight right now. Okay, so we'll bring the sky in. And this can remain a single. So here's the difference. I'll show you in a second here. I'm going to say that this is a bottom right. And I'll do bottom left. We'll stretch it across. It's going to be a bottom left. No physics shape point. And no compression. Now here's the thing, wrap mode. When you stretch it, the wrap mode tells you what happens. So the clamp means that it'll stretch the image along with the size of it. But if you do repeat, then it will continue to repeat across that. That pattern will continue. It'll just keep going back and forth, those 2 rows of pixels. So we need a new layer. Oh, here. And this is going to be sky layer. Well, it's going to be sky and water. Or let's say ocean. Sky and ocean layer. And you'll see what I'm going to do here. This is parallax layer controller. We can do center. I think center's fine. Or you know what? Bottom center. Do bottom center anchor. No, I have not checked anything out yet on YouTube. You didn't actually provide a link anyway, so I'm not sure where to go. I'm going to ask, do old games use full spreadsheets for animations, or every animation is separated cut tile? Okay. Oh boy, this is a discussion. Alright, hold on. And I just had that file open too. Alright, we'll divert for a second. I'll explain this. Oh shoot, now where? I want too many. Okay, here we go. Fighters. PO. Here's the thing. What most people think are sprites are not sprites. They're objects. Data dump. Here we go. And here. So when you look at this, and the reason why there's these outlines here is because this is a sprite, and this is a sprite, and this is a sprite, and these tiles, as most people call them, are arranged in a way that create the image that you see, but it's actually broken up into 16 by 16 tiles, and they can be, depending on how advanced the game engine is, they can be offset. So like this one here, it's not necessarily a grid. Like these ones are in a grid, but this one's off. This one's off center. If you gridded it, it would be like that. But they said, no, we can add an offset to it so that we can kind of optimize as little space as possible. You want to create each object with as little space as possible, the least amount of blocks that you need in order to make it. So instead of the sprite taking up this entire chunk here, it's actually segmented in the blocks, and anything that's dark purple is space that's not taken up by any data, if that makes sense. So yes, they're assembled based on tiles, and each tile is actually a sprite that gets drawn. So like if you look up the specifications for like the Nintendo Entertainment System. It's like, oh, it can have like 64 sprites on screen, and you're thinking, wow, that's so many sprites, because you're thinking this is a sprite. That's not a sprite. This is a sprite. So now it becomes a little more clear how that limitation gets hit so quickly. Because you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 sprites. Did I count this one? So maybe 26, 25, 26 sprites to make up this one object. That's how that works. So even like the old games, like the NES games, it's a little more nuanced than that, but typically every 16 by 16 part of a character is its own sprite. The interesting thing is that you can also get different effects based on that. So like Mega Man is actually, like his main body is probably made up of 2 to 8, or 2 to, let's see, probably like 4 to 6 sprites, and then his face is a separate 2 sprites, but they have a different palette on him. That's how he gets the fleshy color, while his body's blue, and that breaks quote unquote the color limit. So things like that. I don't know anything about Roblox. I heard that's popular, but I don't know nothing about Roblox. Aw, well that sucks. Yeah, hey, that's love, man. It doesn't always work out, but it will eventually. Just gotta keep at it. Let's see. So we implemented this. So so this wrap mode repeat is important. We're gonna call this the skyline, and it's gonna have a sprite renderer. Yeah. Night sky. Here we go. Here's the skyline. And look, okay, that looks normal enough. Oh, you also have to set it here. So now it's stretching. If I try to make it bigger, it stretches, and you're like, oh, okay, that's not what we want. Draw mode tiled. Hey, look at that now. That's what we want, right? And we can manipulate the width here. So we want to make it an even like 1.7. So that's 17 pixels, the way I measured them out. That's cool, right? That's what we're looking for. So what we're gonna do is just stretch this over the whole stage. Oh, we can be a little haphazard with it. Let's make sure that it is a strict 45.2, height of 8. Now you can stretch this and it will repeat that, but that looks weird, so we don't want to do that. Tile mode continuous. I don't know what adaptive means. I've never messed with that. I think that's something they added recently. Alright, so this is gonna be at 0, 0. Oh no, we're gonna have to actually move that. Where is our mock camera right now? Oh, we don't have one. Let's load that first then. Make sure that we've got this in the correct spot. Okay, so our skyline here is down here. We don't want it down there. If we go to the skyline layer here, we can leave this at 0, 0. That's fine, because we can adjust the layers offset. We move this like this. We'll zoom out, make sure that it's filling the whole screen here. So about here. And again, we'll cut off that second decimal place. And we'll just bring it up. Now because the other layer goes up with the camera at a, was it 1.05? What did we do here? City layer goes up at 1.1. We have to match that here because this will be moving with it. If they're not synced up, then the skyline will sink into the ocean or some other crap, and you don't want that. So we'll line that up. Yeah, see? Now they're lined up. And let's see. Excuse me. I'm trying to think now. What kind of scroll factor do we want? Not really sure. Let's add the other elements first. So there's two other things we need to do. Well, on top of selecting the layer. So this has to be background. This is going to be -50. Like this really has to be in the back, the backpack. And we're going to have we have two other layers slightly behind it. It'll be -51, but all the other things need to be above this sky layer, period. Even the moon. If the moon's never going to go that low, but if the moon was ever to go that low, the horizon should not overlap the moon. You know what I mean? The moon should sink into the ocean, and it will be in front of that. Otherwise, it will look a little weird. So this really has to be behind almost everything. Right, now we need the ocean. And so I don't need to save that as a texture. It has no texture, it's just a color. So we want a sprite, pixel, black pixel, clear pixel, pixel, centered anchor. Yeah, that might be the best one. And this is going to be stage background -51 to be behind everything, period. And we're going to actually change the color here. So what's our ocean color? Well, we've actually got it right here. And then we're just going to make this thing, I think it'd be simple, and we'll just stretch it. So where is this thing? It's over here, right? Okay. Can we get a handle on it? No, is it too small? Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm gonna make it bigger. There we go. And we're just gonna make it big and stretch it across. And to be honest, I'm actually just gonna tuck it in a little bit behind here, but they'll never see it. Oh no! We really hit all that time. It's been 2 hours? I guess we did do a lot of discussions, so that's fine. Okay. So the ocean doesn't have to go too much farther down, so it's just behind all the other ones. Let's see, all that looks right. And we don't really care about the position, it's just a solid block of color. And I'm gonna make another one. Why am I making another one? Because there has to be a big blue sky behind all this. Oh, I'm sorry, I made the ocean the wrong color. I made it the sky color. So this is the sky one. That's the correct color. I'm sorry, the ocean, I made the wrong color here. I did? No, I don't look it, does it? Oh, maybe I did. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so now the ocean's the right color. And then the sky is the sky color. And so I just made big giant quads of solid color. And that's it. That's all you have to do for that. Now, here's the thing. See, it moves. Cool, right? We have to figure out how much it's going to move with it, left or right. Now we move up and down. See, they all move in unison because they're all set to the same values. Does this go down this far? Where's my mock camera? Okay, yeah, that's about right. It moves with the camera though. Right now. It's got, yeah, it moves with the camera. It does not scroll when the camera moves because it's got a scroll value of 0. So if we do 0.1, it moves a little bit. I don't know how that'll look. We might just have to try it and see what happens. Let's try it quick. Oh, I didn't unload it. Hold on. It's gonna load 2 copies of it that way. Unload. Oh, you know what? It didn't show up, but I think it's because, yeah, the Z on these is all screwed up. Yeah, alright, that's fine. There we go. Oh, I didn't unload it again. Nope. It actually creates 2 copies of every object if you do not unload this. You hit... Oh, what'd I do? Save it? Unload. If you leave it loaded in when you hit play, it will be there automatically, but that conflicts with the code that loads the stage. So it gets a little wonky and you end up with 2. Oh, what actually looks kind of cool. It's getting there. It's gonna need some tweaks, but it's getting there. Looks like it's all performing all right. The moon layer is a little whack at the moment, but that's fine. I'll fix that. You notice that when you jump, especially when you like super jump, you'll see that the moon reflection is higher. And that's because it's not tied to the ocean layer here correctly. The moon and the reflection probably have to be on its own separate thing. So the moon and this reflection will have to move left and right the same, but they cannot move up and down the same. It'll be a different kind of thing. We'll have to fix that next time. Yeah. So, I guess that's it for now. Oh, I missed it. Let me try that again. Yeah! Gotta be quick with that. Oh. Now I'm getting all the basics wrong. There we go. There, that's what I wanted. Let's see, what can you do here? Really you could do here. Nope. Oh, we're getting it wrong, hold on. There we go. Good song for this stage, right? Ooh. Oh, we're pretty much wrapping up, so we're gonna do another live stream on Sunday. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's look at the calendar. Sunday on the 7th, June 7th at 8 p.m. Eastern, or 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Monday, We'll be playing a game on the 7th. On Monday, again, we'll be doing more of this Pocket Fighter EX development, and that'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So check on back those dates, and you'll catch us live. And that's pretty much it for now. So thanks everybody for hanging out. We've got Discord. Put the link in there again. Anybody spying on us at the last tail end here. And uh-oh, the bot died. What happened? It stopped responding. Uh-oh, disconnected. Alright, RIP Scrubbot. Scrubbot's dead, sorry. Links down in the description below. If you're watching this on YouTube or LBRY later in the future past, it's down there in the Twitch description too. We've got YouTube channel, links down there, LBRY, we're on LBRY, links down there, the whole deal. So you can catch me on Twitter at MarkDWiz, and we are a patron-funded stream, so let me bring that all up. These are very, very generous people. So we've got Zombie Killer, Miguel Tabasco, Rui Luis, Uncle Roy, Mike Cruz, Heron Williams, Corporal Chungus, Bryce Nagolinum, AJ, Anthony Moniz, D-Money107, and LD Walker. So thank you very, very much. You help keep things going. And oh no, I just switched tab to Twitter. And G, it's a Mugen character of G from Street Fighter V beating up Sonic. All right, hold on. I gotta paste this in chat. I cannot let this go. That'll give you some pause. What the hell is that? I'm gonna give that a like. All right, that's crazy. I gotta put it in the Discord too. Oh my god, I can't believe. All right, hold on. Let me see. Let me open up a fresh new tab if I can do that, and I'll show it on here. Oh my god. Why would you do this? Why would you do this? All right, here we go. Yeah, I'll bring it back. Oh, what the hell? Why? It's killing me. It's killing me. It's too good. All right, that's it. I'm getting out of here. It's having too much fun now. So, yeah, see you guys later. Thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you later on Sunday and Monday again. Yeah, it is too cruel. Sonic must suffer. Oh, man. All right, I'll see you guys later then. Scrub out.